Hey everybody, welcome back to Kayla's Home Crusade. I had a bit of a wrench thrown into my plans for this weekend. I wanted to sit down and tell you all what's been going on and why I was pretty much absent for a bit or a hot minute or so. But it's such a big life-changing event for us. So I'm going to do what uh, John Wesley. John Wesley's a really good one with that one. His quote was, "Proceed with much prayer, and your way will be made plain." And so that's what we're going to do. I don't want to really announce anything until we know for certain what we're going to do about this, but uh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray on it until I figure out what's been going on or what we're going to do. So I don't want to do anything without him paving the way for it, because anytime I try to do anything on my own, it always turns up into a mess. But I get to finish the rest of the kitchen today. Yay, kitchen. So, the thing that didn't the thing that didn't come in the mail for a couple days was, look what I got. It's the wall doctor. And I know, I'm just way too easily entertained, but because I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but this is the very first product I've ever bought on Amazon. My very first Amazon package. I feel like it's like some kind of big first I should celebrate, but this stuff is awesome. It's like foamy and it's thick and it's indented, so it looks like real beadboard, but it goes on like wallpaper. All you do is you get the back wet and you just stick it up. And I was like, I love this stuff. I saw it on Kelly's Corner and she was doing it, and I thought, I have to have that. But I am one of those old fashioned people, because if you can't tell, I've got gray everywhere, and yeah, I'm just getting there. So I like to go to stores and I like to see the product before I buy it. I don't like to just look at pictures, because I've actually bought a couple of clothes online and they come out looking like completely different. And then the size that it says it's supposed to fit you does not. I got something I thought would look really pretty and silky, and what did it do? It came out feeling like cardboard or oh, what do you call it? Burlap. I mean, it was awful. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. so I've been real picky about buying stuff online, but when I watched her do it, thank you, Kelly. I love this stuff. This I wanted. And I was so excited when it came in the mail. I was like, oh, yes. I can't wait to try this out, because not only is it like foamy and it's indented and it feels like actual, looks just like actual beadboard, but it's paintable. So I can paint it any color I want in any room I want. And I'm like, love this stuff, because now it'll go completely perfect with my idea in the kitchen. And so I'm absolutely just elated that I got this stuff. I know. Yeah, easily entertained. That's what we call it. Anywho, I am going to show you what I got from the store, and I will explain what I bought and why I bought it. And I was so excited because, like, I read through all of your suggestions, and uh, I liked what I really like. This kind of this lady, this really sweet lady, got on, and she said that she did her kitchen with like a light green, I think it was, and I stood in the kitchen and I looked and I looked. It's like, I don't know if a light green is what I want to go with, but I like the idea of having like a green undertone to it that would make it more warm, cozy, and inviting, but still light. So I took her suggestion and what I was kind of thinking, and I meshed them together, and I got a beautiful, beautiful color called owl gray. And it is a gray with like some yellow green undertones in it. And it's not only super light and airy, but it has a warm, not it's more warm instead of like a cool tint. So it's a more warm, cozy, inviting, but it's also real light and airy. And I was like, this is just perfect. So I'm going to go show you that and what I am going to do with this and how I'm going to start this. And we're going to finish that kitchen. We are going to do it. Oh, and thank you for coming on. And if you are new, I am so glad to finally meet you. This is my channel. It's Kayla's Home Crusade, and I do cleaning motivation and DIY products or projects, not products, projects. And I can't wait to start this up because I absolutely love DIYs. Okay, so I went to Home Depot today and I was just way too happy because I went there and I wanted the Sherwin-Williams. I had seen that color on another video and I absolutely adored it. And it was like I'm pretty sure it was a Sherwin-Williams advertisement, but they went through all of the grays and if they had yellow, green tints, they had like blue. What goes with this brown? Because I want to keep my countertops. I've already done the countertops and I did these stone backsplashes myself. And I wanted to keep those. I knew I definitely wanted to keep those because I just loved the way they turned out. And they were so easy to do because they're like nickel thick. And so all I did was get a diamond wheel and I sprayed some water on it and it cut right through that stone just so easy. And I didn't even have to get a wet saw to do it. So I loved that. It was super easy to do. I just cut it out to where I wanted it and they fit in like puzzle pieces. It was easy peasy. Loved doing that. I wish I would have filmed it. But it was before I even thought about making a YouTube channel. So I did buy, I can't figure out how to grab stuff while I'm looking at the camera. I did buy 2 new roller things just so I could have one for the white today and then one for the gray, and I don't have to like wash them out and start over, and I can just wash them out when I'm done. And I wanted Sherwin-Williams and I wanted that color, but Home Depot does not sell Sherwin-Williams, and I was so disappointed because I loved Sherwin-Williams. But my walls over here I did with the ones that I have painted, I did with the Glidden Diamond because that stuff is just awesome. I mean, seriously. We had little kids. Emma was little when we first moved in, and if she drew or painted, drew or colored on the walls, and she knew she wasn't supposed to, this stuff just took it right off. It is not kidding when it says ultra scrubbable. I mean, it really is not joking because it comes right off. The paint does not come off. You don't have like a sponge or anything that's covered in the paint, and that stuff is absolutely just wonderful. But because they didn't have the Sherwin-Williams gray, they looked it up on the computer. Let me turn that around where everybody can read it. They looked it up on the computer and they were able to match perfectly the gray that I wanted. And they made an owl gray, but the best thing about it is they made it out of the super scrubbable paint that I absolutely adore. And I I didn't know if Sherwin-Williams had that. So I am so happy to get it in the brand I want and the color I want. And I just was way too happy at Home Depot today. So the only I did have to buy this today for the project, and I did do the two others, but that was relatively very inexpensive. And I can't wait to get into this, and I'm so happy that I got the colors I did. And they gave me a little sample of one that I also saw on the Sherwin-Williams thing that I kind of want, but it's for a later project. Now, all of their samples come in satin finish. And so, but when you make it into a can that you want, you can use any finish you want. You can do matte, you can do flat, you can do satin, you can do semi-gloss. But this one was called Pale Oak, and I absolutely loved it. It was a beigeish gray. Can I say beigeish? It was a beigeish gray. It's a gray with a beige in it. And I was like, oh, I think I know where to do that, but that's going to be for a later subject. So they gave me this little sample thing, and I was just all too happy with that, because now I can use this and put it up to the wall and see if I really want it there or if I want to use it to something else. So I really like the sample thing. Now that was really cool. So I can't wait to get ready for this. But as usual, first I gotta go get some dishes into this dishwasher. See, look at that. I think that gray and this will go absolutely perfect on the back walls, and I think they'll match perfectly, and it goes great with the brown that I've got in here. And I can lighten everything up. I can have the white cabinets. I can have contrast on the wall right through here, which is gray. I can cover up this nasty stuff where I don't know what they did. I think maybe this was like some kind of a really weird paint job that just they didn't know how to do a breakdown texture afterwards. I don't know what they did, but it looks awful. And so I can cover that up too and make this all look really, really nice. So let's get going on this. First thing is the dishes. Okay, so the first thing I started on was this little chair rail. I figured this would be a very good little test area, because if I screwed it up, then there wouldn't be so much area that I would have to fix, and it would come off easy, and I could figure out exactly what I was doing here. And I did learn a whole lot by doing this, and I was very glad that I did.
I look at you and it's easy to see you are that someone I've been trying to meet. I got your number, won't you pick up the phone? Don't leave me hanging on the dial tone. Think back to the night that we met, jumping in the pool, talk to you, dripping wet. Nervous when I speak, so I trip on my tongue. Never thinking you would be my number one. On my tongue, never thinking you would be my number one. Jump in your car and we drive to the beach. The sun was setting, it was just you and me. Wind in my hair and the sand in my shoes. Could've chosen anyone, but I choose you. Hop back in your car, top down. There's no stopping us, 'cause we own this town. Never knew I could have such fun. Never thinking you would be my number one. Nervous when I speak, so I trip on my tongue. Never thinking you would be my and the sand in my shoes. Could've chosen anyone, but I choose you.
So I had to do some experimenting, but I found out this stuff does a whole lot better if you follow the directions. I thought you just had to sponge the water on the back, but no, you need to like fully immerse it in some water for about 10 seconds and then lay it down and let the paste have some time to mingle with the water and then put it up. But so my understanding on how that worked was completely wrong. And because of it, I had a few mishaps, and I literally had a whole piece that would not stick to the wall because I think I ended up sponging the glue off rather than have it mingle with the water and get pasty. So yes, this is, I think, so that was a huge epic fail on my part. But I do have them up now. I figured out how to do it so I can film the rest of it. And I do love this beadboard wallpaper because it looks kind of like the plywood that's in the middle of my cabinets. So it fits really well. This is good. Okay, I'll show you how this is done.
You melt the ice behind my stone cold eyes. I turn to ashes, but only just sometimes. Inhale your smoke, but you still act surprised. It's not my fault when we end up capsized. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, heat that melts us down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Some days with you it's paradise, but now you spin me in a web with all your lies. Want you to feel the way I feel inside. I'm reaching out for help, you got me in a riptide. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire.
And that's when I noticed that they're my cabinets up here and through here are not plumb. Either the walls are crooked or the cabinets are crooked. So, wow, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, now it looks a little bubbly. And the lines look darker than they do over here, but that's because the glue has not dried yet and it's still sticking there. And I know that looks really cruddy. All I wanted was a temporary cut, until it dried, because when you try to cut this thing and it's wet, it tears everywhere. So all I really wanted was a temporary cut, and I will cut it to the size that it needs to be once it's dry and it can look nice. So yeah, that's not staying like that. And then that is just staying there until it dries, because I'm not going to even try to cut that at the bottom because it gets all cruddy, yucky, and gooey. And when this came on, I was like, I don't know, this is so bubbly and gross. But actually and I've smeared it and flattened it as much as I can. But once it dries, the bubbles go away. Don't know why, don't know how. But anyway, yeah, see, because the lines look really dark here, but it's because the glue is wet, and when the glue settles, these bubbles just kind of go away. Don't know why. And I'm leaving that little flap thing there, until I can cut it once it's dry as well. But we have... and we're going up, so we're getting there. And I will let you see it once it's dry, and you can, I'll show you how different it looks and how much better the cutting. I promise it will get cut correctly, and then it'll look much nicer. But we're still in the to-do phase. So I did find some things out while I was up there. One is right up there in the corner. Yeah, right up there in the corner. It goes all wonky too. So it does the same thing as this one does. So definitely not level. Which means I'm going to have to take that area and line it up with the wallpaper right there, and then have this overlap so I can cut it to the wonky when I'm done, and it won't look so stupid. We're learning as we go here. But yeah, that's what I got to do. That, and I noticed that this area right here is not lining up with the side area. So I have to cut it, let's see, I have to cut it to right there so that it's at the end of that one and it lines up with this. So that it doesn't look, it looks like everything is completely just one whole piece. So that's what we're going to have to do here to fix that. Whew, wow.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings. Did it ever occur to you my heart's more than a toy? Please go easy on me, babe. Send message after message, forward my calls. Next day you hit me back like nothing happened at all. What about all the things you used to say to me? This ain't the way it's supposed to be. And you know I wouldn't do that to you. You know I wouldn't treat you that way, no. I've been running, can't catch up. Oh love, what I won't do. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls. All of the times I've been there, times I came through. I'd meet you anywhere if it brought me closer to you. Distance is killing me, you make it so hard. Won't you let me love you, babe? Used to be optimistic, these days I just don't know. Pick a fence in the valley, I hope it's losing its hold. You know them other girls won't love you like I do. Can't afford to give up on you. And you know I wouldn't do that to you. You know I wouldn't treat you that way, no. I've been running, can't catch up. Oh love, what I won't do. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls. Chasing waterfalls. Oh, 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 you've got me chasing waterfalls. Oh, 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 you got me chasing waterfalls. 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 All of the times I've been there, times I came through. I'd meet you anywhere if it brought me closer to you. Distance is killing me, you make it so hard. Won't you let me love you, babe? Used to be optimistic, these days I just don't know. Pick a fence in the valley.
Okay, so overall, did I like the wall doctor? Yes, I did. I liked the wall doctor. Did it take some getting used to? Oh, yeah. And were there things that I learned, and what exactly did I learn when applying it? Well, for one, I learned that you definitely need to immerse it in water and not just spread water on with a sponge, because it takes the sticky off it, and then you like literally ruin. Yeah, you pretty much ruin it, and then you have a bunch of wallpaper that is just a waste, which you don't want. What else did I learn? Don't ever cut it when it's wet. If you have to make a little hole for the like light switches and stuff like that, you can do that, because obviously you're gonna cut it wider, and if it tears a little bit, it's not going to show because you're going to be cutting it wider when it dries. But absolutely, if you're going to, no trimming, no nothing when it's wet, because that stuff tears. Doesn't matter how sharp your X-Acto knife is, or your scissors. Yeah, it's still going to tear. Let's see. Always always make extra, so that at the top and at the bottom, in case like your walls or your cabinets like mine are not exactly plumb, because, well, as I found out, you may need to cut it at an awkward angle, and if you have the extra to work with, you never have a problem with that. What else did I learn? Oh, when it dries. Okay, when it dries, you are going to want to take. Let me go get that. Hold on. Okay, so when it dries, you're going to want to take one of these and hold it right at the spot that you're going to want to tear or you're going to want to cut, and you do it that way. And that way, if it's still fussy after it's dried, and you won't tear it because this is holding it down and you're going to go straight through. So definitely get one of these. Always, what else did I learn? Oh yeah, if where the lines meet and stuff, I didn't like the lines. That's why I don't like wallpaper, is because I can always see the lines, or I can see where they had to meet it up and it's not quite the same. So I absolutely hate the lines. But if you take a little bit of spackling and you rub over it real easy so that it goes into the line, it pretty much just disappears. And now I that one I'm not gonna I would not suggest just going out, getting it, and doing it right away, or saying anything like that. Because if you're gonna do I haven't seen how it holds up after I paint. So I don't really know if the spackling will crack or do anything like that. So I wouldn't suggest doing that if you're going to do a project like that until, until I get it painted and see if it actually holds up. So so I wouldn't suggest trying the spackling until I can give you an update and see how it goes, and if it fits onto that stuff and stays there secure. Because I would never want to say, oh yeah, that worked out great, because I'm just trying this myself right now. This is the first time I've ever worked with beadboard wallpaper, and it's as cool as it is. This is the first time. So until I actually figure out whether this little experiment has with the spackling has actually holds up and doesn't do something weird, I would not suggest just going out and trying that. The other thing I learned is definitely make sure that your lines and those little indents, the beadboard indents, line up from the left and to the right, because if it doesn't, you're gonna get it line up, and then go wonky, and you can see the difference because it just there's a big gap, and or you've got two lines that are like right together, or so make sure they line up. Make sure they line up, because I did that and I thought, oh, it lines up on the left, and I kept going. I was like, oh, it doesn't do it on the right. And so I did make a few mistakes, but now that I've pretty much figured out, I can't say I've figured out all of it, because I haven't kept going. I got to keep going on it. But I did figure out those, and it seems to be going good now. But I had to get through the mistakes, the boo-boos and stuff. And I'm really glad that I'm learning how to do this, because the beadboard's really cool. Yes, I stumbled through it, but hey, you know what? It's a good learning experience. You live, you learn, you do something, and that's how you get good at something. You're not going to get good at something unless you practice at it. So I was pretty happy with working with the wall doctor. Would I try it again? Yes, I would, because I really like the beadboard. It's foamy, so it stands out. It looks like wood. You can paint it. You can do anything you want to it, and it doesn't look like cheap wallpaper or something that was a peel and stick. It actually looks like it, and I'm really happy with it. So now that we're done with the hopefully we're done with all the boo-boos, I can finish off the rest of this in the next episode, and it should go off without a hitch. So let's hope and pray it does, because I don't want to come up with any more boo-boos. I just want to yeah, I just want to hit it out of the park, get it done, and then go to the painting. But yes, you do have to let this dry for 24 hours, so I can't really do anything anymore until I let it dry, and then I can trim it. Then I can trim it and get it to where I want it, and I can go on with the other parts of this, and I can paint it. So yay! Can't wait to get to that next part. Thank you. Thank you for watching from the bottom of my heart. Please like and subscribe. It's a fun, free way you can help support this mama, because I couldn't do this stuff without you. So thank you. And I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you make a dent in the mess.